Well, guys, I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, no, it's fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. So, what did you guys think? Was there anything? I mean, this really was between Harrison Ford and Ewan McGregor. I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Between Hugh Jackman and Billy Connolly, if I hadn't already picked Billy Connolly for Scotty earlier, because I picked them before I give them to you, that would have been a tough choice. But I think I think Billy Connolly would be a better Scotty.
Yeah.
I literally went back and forth about 9 times on Uhura.
Yeah. That was
Yeah,
a tough
no,
choice. Zendaya is
that was
amazing. She
that was-
can do anything. So
Yeah, solid choice, Jake, on that one. The second I saw, I was like, oh yeah, that'd be amazing.
I will say that the Stephen Merchant one threw me.
yeah, that one was interesting. That was an interesting choice.
I have a thing for Stephen Merchant. I like him. I think he could do more than what he has done, and I think just playing the straight, no humor from a very funny guy would.
Yeah, I think in a comedy that would work, but I also think that the problem is that when it's not a comedy,
it would take away from the seriousness. I get that.
Although now I need to see Stephen Merchant as Spock in something. Like I need to see it.
Just Halloween costume, Stephen Merchant.
Yeah, that's fine. That'll be perfect.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's not out there somewhere.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Where did you think of Alec Utgoff?
So I wanted someone who I thought would be believable as a Russian, and there's not. I mean, it's hard. I don't want someone that's going to come in and overdo the Russian accent or you've got to get somebody that does it just right. I liked him in Stranger Things, and he was such a funny part of that. I kind of felt like you could take a little bit more of a gamble with Chekhov because he's not one of the main characters, and so you can get somebody who's a little bit lesser known. So I just took a risk on it, just went with it. The minute you said that there was somebody that you didn't know who it was, I knew that's who you didn't know who it was, and I knew it was going to cost me a point. So I was just hoping to have a lead going into the final pick, and I didn't have it.
Well, I didn't know who Brenda Song was either until.
Well, yeah, I think she's easier to find stuff on, though.
Right, as soon as she was in the Social Network, once I saw that, I'm like, oh yeah, I was able to connect that. And plus, when you put pictures, I'm looking for pictures to put on the show. I can easily see her as Sulu.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny. I did think about a female actress or a female actor, I guess, for Sulu. And I think part of it is because of Star Trek Generations, where they walk on the bridge and Sulu is the, his daughter is helming the new Enterprise. And I thought, well, it would work. Be a good callback. So
that's right where my brain was at too. That was right where and I flopped back and forth, but because I knew I wanted to make one of the other characters female, and I till like maybe 5 minutes before I sent you my picks, it was between Sulu and Chekhov.
Right,
just flipping, but I couldn't nail down a good Chekhov as well as I could with Sulu, so I was like, I'm just gonna go with Sulu this time.
What was the hardest one? Hey, what was the hardest one for you?
Chekhov was the hardest one for me.
I can tell because you picked some guy I don't even know. I don't think you really know.
I know.
I think for me it was probably Scotty because I wanted Billy Connolly to play both. Can we just have him play? And same with Ewan McGregor. I was like, that guy could play Scotty too.
Well, Richard Jensen a couple weeks ago put Peter Sellers in Star Wars as both Alec Guinness and C-3PO. He didn't win either one of those points, but it's possible you could have done that.
In theory.
Because it's literally anyone through space and time, so you could have gone with a older Billy Connolly.
1972 Billy Connolly, and then 1987 Billy Connolly.
Yes, and like I said, I've gone down such a YouTube rabbit hole with him and Greg Davies. Those two are my two favorite to watch right at the moment.
Yeah, I kind of wish I would have flipped Robert Carlyle and Billy Connolly.
Well, you do now. Would have got an extra bonus point.
Well, because I feel like they could both do it. They could both play either role.
Yeah. When you picked Billy Connolly, I thought, oh, he would have been a great Scotty. So it's really funny that once he popped up there, I was like, yeah, Scotty's perfect for him. So
now, last thing, and then I'll let you guys go because I really appreciate you being on extra on the post show. If we had gone to a tie, what would have been in your double feature? Luke, we'll start with you.
And the double feature is what?
Anyone you think would be a good if you're going to do a double feature.
Oh, if I was going to watch Star Trek and then something else after it?
Anything. What do you think is a good fit to go with it?
Oh man.
You have a time limit, just like you would on the show.
I can't say Star Wars.
You can say Star Wars,
but that's the thing that wants to pop out of my mouth, but I don't know if that's what I feel.
If it wasn't, if it wasn't for Star Wars, Star Trek the movie wouldn't have happened.
That's true.
So you're blaming Star Wars for Star Trek the motion picture.
Well, I mean, every other movie's good for Star Trek.
I did go watch the re-release of Motion Picture when it came out last year or the year before, and that was an experience. Just seeing, like, it's not my favorite, but seeing it on the big screen was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And Jake, what would you have picked?
To go with it, it's so easy to just say one of the sequels would be great, but I'm going to say Galaxy Quest probably would have been my double feature pick.
Yeah. I would have gone with Galaxy Quest because that's we did that on the show, and that's the perfect Star Trek movie.
Yeah, that's like a 0.5 Star Trek movie, right? It's somewhere in the in the canon.
I would say 1.5. It's more of a Star Trek movie than a Star Trek movie.
Yes. So that would have been my pick.
Well, I really appreciate you guys taking time to be on the show, and Luke, you made it into the tournament, so hopefully we'll see you again soon. Jake, you always have an open invitation, especially onto the podcast, and so we'll see you on the podcast real soon.